This is NPR News.
WNYC supporters include Starkmont Financial, providing accounting professionals for entertainment and healthcare companies. Additional information at starkmontfinancial.com.
Marketplace Morning Report is coming up next, and then in 10 minutes at 9 o'clock, it's the BBC NewsHour on WNYC. Let's check in with London to see what they're working on. Good morning, London.
Good morning, WNYC. I'm Razia Iqbal. On today's NewsHour, state media in Russia shows pictures of the defense minister, Sergei Shoigu, a man not seen in public since mutinous Wagner mercenaries demanded his removal, and a report on the torture of civilians in Myanmar by the military council, which took power 2.5 years ago. BBC NewsHour coming up at 9 on WNYC.
Today on Fresh Air, Laura Dern talks about growing up in the movie world. Her parents are actors Diane Ladd and Bruce Dern, and she'll talk about becoming an actress herself. Her new book is a series of conversations with her mother. That's today at 2 on both 93.9 FM and AM 820, or you can live stream it at wnyc.org. It's 72 degrees. We've got mostly cloudy skies in New York City. At the moment, air quality is moderate. That's according to airquality.gov. And if you're unusually sensitive to particle pollution, you may want to spend a little less time outside today. Mixed bag of weather. There's a chance of showers and thunderstorms this morning, then partly sunny for a while. Those showers are likely later on this afternoon. We'll see highs today in the lower 80s. Showers and thunderstorms continue into this evening and overnight with lows in the upper 60s.
On the next All of It, the podcast industry is facing a lot of financial uncertainty, which has led to layoffs. We'll talk about the future of podcasting with Vulture podcast critic Nick Quah. We'll also review the best new pods to listen to this summer and take your calls to find out what you are downloading and why. I'm Allison Stewart. Join me for All of It weekdays at noon on WNYC.
How currency markets and global oil prices are tracking the new uncertainty in Russia.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Grammarly, offering Grammarly Business to help companies large and small communicate better and move faster with enterprise-grade generative artificial intelligence. Learn more at Grammarly.com/business. And by Total Wine and More, where you can find a new favorite Chardonnay, sparkling wine, or tequila. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. B21.
I'm David Brancaccio in New York. In Russia, this weekend's rebellion of armed mercenaries led by a warlord was brief, and the leader of the Wagner Group is now said to be outside of Russia, although it's not clear just where. As experts try to assess damage to Russian leader Vladimir Putin's authority, money is flowing, especially away from the Russian currency today. Marketplace's Henry Epp has that.
The Russian ruble hit a 15-month low in early trading Monday, though it has rebounded a bit since. Still, the fallout from the weekend's stunning news led the currency to its lowest point since shortly after Russia's invasion of Ukraine in early 2022. The rebellion also shook oil markets as traders worried the instability in the oil-producing region could have broader effects on global energy supplies. The price of Brent crude was up as high as 1.33% Monday before falling back. And even though the region appears to have stepped back from the brink of an even greater crisis, the rebellion could lead to more caution from investors. Early Monday, traders were flocking to a common safe haven investment in times of turmoil: gold. Gold prices were up about 0.6% this morning. I'm Henry Epp for Marketplace.
Here, Dow, S&P, and Nasdaq futures are little changed. Some money is going into the perceived safety of U.S. government bonds, pulling the 10-year interest rate down to 3.69%. The Agriculture Department has granted full regulatory approval to 2 companies that cultivate meat. It's meat by propagating animal cells, not from slaughter, that companies see as humane and better for the environment. Here's Marketplace's Matt Levin.
Sometime in the next few months, you'll be able to eat cell-cultivated chicken at Bar Kren, a high-end restaurant in San Francisco run by a 3-Michelin-star chef. Amy Chen is COO at Upside Foods, one of the 2 Bay Area companies that got the USDA seal of approval.
When consumers try something new and encounter it for the first time, we want to make sure that it's a good experience. And the best way for that to happen is to have a professional chef to prepare the dish itself.
as opposed to dad bringing home cultivated meat from the store, overcooking it, and blaming it on bad stem cells. There's also just logistical obstacles to getting cultivated meat to the supermarket. The industry has to scale up. But Bruce Friedrich at the Good Food Institute is confident the industry will get there eventually.
Well, it's exactly like renewable energy and electric vehicles. The products are going to cost more until they have the capacity to scale up.
And right now, cell-cultivated meat is a bit like the Tesla of environmentally friendly proteins. I'm Matt Levin for Marketplace.
The companies cultivating meat are privately held, not on stock exchanges yet. Eat Just, Mossa, Believer, Malthus, BioBetter, and Upside. Today, officials in U.S. state capitals are refreshing their browsers, awaiting news on how much of the $42 billion in federal money to upgrade internet connectivity will come their way. It's part of the 2021 infrastructure law. The money is being apportioned according to new, more accurate maps of places where broadband is the worst.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Odoo, provider of an all-in-one management platform with a suite of fully integrated applications designed to simplify and connect every aspect of business in one software. More at odoo.com. And by Fidelity. A dedicated Fidelity advisor can help create a wealth plan for a full financial picture. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. And by Amazon Business, helping provide a smarter, easier way to get the supplies businesses need to thrive. Amazon Business, your partner for smart business buying.
We're keeping an eye on a major business of sports story. Argentine soccer star Lionel Messi appears headed to the U.S. He's set to sign with the Major League Soccer club Inter Miami. The winning bid reportedly includes money from tech giant Apple, which is interesting, right? Andres Martinez, a professor at Arizona State University's Cronkite School, joins us. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, David.
Reports are that the deal for Messi was sweetened by Apple kicking in maybe some money. Why would they pay for this?
The real story here is that it's essentially Apple TV that's acquiring the world superstar in our default global sport. Apple signed a 10-year deal with the MLS for global TV rights, and it is going to give revenue sharing participation to Messi. This is the rise of media within sports as the driving purpose. There was a study of Nielsen ratings done by Sportico that showed that 94 of the most watched telecasts in the U.S. were live sporting events. And I think that's what Apple is seeing, that if you want to drive subscriptions, you have to offer compelling live sport.
Yeah, if they can just juice up interest in the U.S., but this could work. That could be the strategy.
And we have seen the rise of soccer within the U.S. and the rise of the U.S. within the global sport. And I think technology and media is really driving this. I mean, we read a lot about how, we're rethinking globalization. Globalization is, running out of fuel and we're retrenching. Sport hasn't gotten that memo. We're seeing an acceleration of globalization in sport.
Given Apple's role in international soccer now, it almost seems like it was a plot. Remember Apple's big comedy was Ted Lasso, right? Which was essentially a vehicle to introduce to, for instance, U.S. audiences how that crazy overseas soccer stuff works.
Yes, and it's very meta because if you'll recall, Ted Lasso, the character, was first created by NBC to promote, their acquisition of the rights to the Premier League in the U.S. And then years later, Apple took that character and made it into this comedy that we all love that transcends soccer itself. But it's an interesting marriage of this global sport and the global reach of U.S. media. I mean, Leo Messi, to come back to the latest news, he has 3 times more Instagram followers than LeBron James. So this is, I think, why Apple is saying, Leo Messi, we're not just going to write you a big check. You deserve equity in what we're trying to do here.
Andres Martinez is editorial director of Future Tense, a collaboration between Arizona State, the think tank New America, and the media outlet Slate to cover emerging technologies, public policy, and society. He's also on the faculty at Arizona State. Professor Martinez, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, David.
And in New York, I'm David Brancaccio, Marketplace Morning Report from APM, American Public Media.
Support for WNYC comes from Audible Theater, featuring new performances from Eva Noblezada, Gabriel Byrne, Andre Royo, and more this summer as part of Audible's catalog. More at audible.com/summertheater.
Coming up next on 93.9 FM and AM 820, it's NewsHour from the BBC World Service. And at 10, it's the Brian Lehrer Show. Stay with us. We've got unsettled weather for the next few days, a mixed bag today. We have a chance of showers and thunderstorms later on this morning. Then it turns partly sunny for a while, and those showers and thunderstorms come back later this afternoon. We'll see highs today in the lower 80s. Showers and thunderstorms persist into the evening and overnight with lows in the upper 60s.
This is WNYC FM, HD, and AM New York.
Welcome to NewsHour from the BBC World Service. I'm Razia Iqbal. President Putin attempts to show it's business as usual in the wake of defusing the Wagner mutiny at the weekend, while the Prime Minister